Hello, in this video, I will show you how to create all the planets of the solar system using Blender, step by step. We will include the Sun and arrange the planets in their correct order. Additionally, we will learn how to design all the planets with sizes close to their real proportions. In our upcoming lessons, we will explore how to animate the entire planetary system and make the planets move along their orbits. Let's get started with the lesson without wasting any more time. First, let's add a UV sphere to the scene by pressing Shift and a C. Next, right-click and select Shade Smooth to smooth the surface. We need some data from the internet. The first one is the diameter of the planets and the Sun. The other one is surface images of the planets. First, we asked checked for the data. Here, as you can see, we have the diameters of all the planets and the Sun. We will start with the Sun. Its diameter is almost 1.5 million kilometers. As you can imagine, representing this exactly in Blender is impossible. Therefore, we take the smallest possible number for the Sun's diameter, which is 13.9. Now, to simulate the Sun, select the object and press the S key. Then type 13.9. This will scale the Sun by 13.9 times. Press the S key again and type 5. We scaled it up by 5 more times because we want better visibility. We don't want the planets to remain as tiny dots. We will apply this 5x scaling to all the planets. Use the G and Y keys to move the Sun slightly to the right. Now, we can start adding the planets in the same way. Press Ctrl under to add a new object, then choose UV sphere. Now, let's go back to checked and check the diameter of the planet closest to the Sun. Mercury. To scale Mercury correctly in Blender, press S to scale and type 0.0488, then press S again and type 5. That's it for Mercury. Then, right-click and select Shade Smooth to smooth the surface. Let's move Mercury in front of the Sun by using the G and Y keys. Now, let's add a new planet. This planet is Venus. To set Venus's size, press S and then type 1.1 to 1. Then press S again and type 5 to scale it up. Let's continue with a quick look at the other planets. One thing that might be a little bit unclear is that we've converted kilometers to centimeters or meters. For example, if we look at the diameter of Mercury, if it's 4,000 kilometers, we write 0.04. For 10,000 kilometers, we write 0.1. For 100,000 kilometers, we write 1.0. And for 1 million kilometers, we write 10.0. Essentially, when we scale the planets, we remove 6 zeros for every million kilometers. If it's understood, I'll go through these parts quickly. Let's create Saturn's ring. To do this, press the Ctrl and the keys to add a torus. To scale an object in Blender, you can use the S key followed by an axis X, Y, or Z to resize the object along that specific axis. In this case, scaling along the Z axis makes it thinner, while scaling along the S axis adjusts its overall size. Now, scale this torus along the S and Z axes. The R key in Blender is used for rotating objects. You can rotate along a specific axis by pressing the axis letter X, Y, or Z after hitting R. Or you can rotate freely in the viewport. We have 2 planets left. Let's quickly create these planets. Now, Move these planets to the side of the Sun along the Z and Y axes using the G key. Now, let's add some smoothness to the Sun. For this, we will use the subdivision surface modifier. Now, it's time to add realism to the planets. Select the Sun, and then go to the Material Properties tab. Click New to create a new material, then adjust the base color. Click New, then change the base color by selecting Image Texture from this menu. In Blender, when you select Image Texture for the base color, you can load an image file such as a texture to apply to your object. This can help give your Sun a more realistic appearance by using actual surface details, such as a photo or custom texture. You can easily find texture images by searching online or using the website I recommend. I'll speed things up a bit, and soon I'll show you the website where these images are located. Also, I'll share the website's address with you in both the video description and the comments. The website I use for this project is solarsystemscope.com. You can download images for this project from here. You can download texture images from here or from a different website. We added a torus for Saturn's rings. Now, scale this torus further using the S and Z keys to make it thinner. Add an image of Saturn as well. Now, it's time for the ring. We will do the same thing for the ring and add an image. Replace the flat with a box. Let's increase the blend value a bit. The blend value usually refers to blending the smoothness or transition between two materials or modifiers. Increasing this value can help create softer transitions or smoother connections between objects, giving a more natural appearance. Saturn's rings are almost done. Now, let's texture the other planets as well. Yes, now we have textured all the planets. Now, let's take a look at Earth. This is We have a few final adjustments left. Let's proceed by making them one by one. First, select the Sun and change the roughness and transmission settings. The roughness controls how smooth or rough the surface appears, affecting light reflections. The transmission setting allows light to pass through the material, which is useful for creating transparent or semi-transparent effects, like the Sun's glowing atmosphere. We added a light source to the scene using the control and the keys. Place this light inside the Sun. We can adjust the light's intensity using the strength setting. For now, this adjustment should be sufficient. EVE cycles can be selected as the render engine. EVE is a real-time render engine that provides fast rendering with good results for most scenes. Cycles, on the other hand, is a path tracing engine that produces more realistic, higher quality renders but takes longer to process. Press the Z key to switch to the render view. After switching to the render view, you may notice that the brightness is a bit too high. Reduce the brightness. Let's move all the objects upwards a bit. As you can see, the angle of the light source is a bit off. To correct this, select the sun and press the H key. Pressing H hides the selected object. Our light source is now visible. Select the light source from here. Move it a bit upwards, then rotate it along the x-axis using the R key. I won't rotate it. You find the correct angle. It will be your task. Press Alt plus H to make the sun visible. Now, let's adjust the background. For this, go to Shading. From here, World should be selected, not Object. Next, select the background and press Ctrl plus T. Pressing Ctrl plus T brings up the node editor for the background shader, allowing you to add a texture or adjust the settings to create a custom background for your scene. This shortcut works if you're using the Node Wrangler add-in. We added an image here as well. Once we switch to render mode with Z, our work will be complete. You can add a camera by pressing Ctrl and a C. You can bring the camera to your current view by pressing Alt, Ctrl and 0. And here is the result. Don't forget to save your project. See you in the next video. Goodbye.